You know how a lot of people are talking about truth, and there's a whole bunch of different kinds of truth that they're talking about. Actually, a lot of people are talking about the truth in the time we live in. What's interesting to me about that is in 2nd Esdras, chapter 13, there is uh, a vision that Ezra sees, and I just want to read to you just a couple verses at the beginning of it. It says, "And it came to pass after 7 days, I dreamed a dream by night. And lo, there arose a wind from the sea, that it moved all the waves thereof. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him." This is one version. I don't know which version it is, but let me look up another version. I want to show you something that I think is happening in our world right now. 2nd Esdras, chapter 13. This man comes that he sees in this vision, and it happens to be the Son of God. And Ezra sees him flying with the clouds of heaven. Okay, here's another version. This is the common English Bible. "After 7 days, I had a dream during the night. I looked and saw a wind rising from the sea and stirring up all its waves. As I watched, this wind made something like the figure of a man come up out of the heart of the sea. That man was flying among the clouds of heaven." Okay, I just want to point something out. The waves that were being stirred up in this sea, and he was rising from this sea, that is the waters above. And I know that because of what it says here. That man was flying among the clouds of heaven. So he was up there. And it says, wherever he turned his face to look, so he was looking, everything that fell under his gaze trembled. Wherever an utterance came from his mouth, all who heard his voice melted as wax melts when it feels the fire. So this was part of an amazing vision that Ezra was shown, or dream, I guess. It says, "I kept watching these things, and an innumerable multitude of people came together from the four winds of heaven to fight against the man who had come up from the sea." So these people that were going to fight against him were up in the sky. They came from the four winds of heaven. And it says, I watched as he carved a great mountain for himself and flew onto it. We're talking about the sky. And when people are talking about truth, this is what was foretold, that he would come back and he would be flying among the clouds of heaven, and he would be uttering his voice. And I'm here to tell you that I think what he's doing is exactly what he said he was going to do. He was going to show you the truth, and it would set you free. So just consider that when we're talking about all these different topics that we're talking about concerning what is true and what is a lie. So that is interesting to me. And maybe you don't agree. That's fine. I see it happening. I hear his voice. He's uttering his voice. Listen for it. That's about all I got to say. Have a great day.